Charles, how are you this morning? Happy New
Thank you.
Year.
Happy New Year to you too.
Thank you. Well, I have to tell you, buddy, this is a little bit bittersweet for me and all your
Yeah.
fans because bitter because I'm going to have to be talking to you about the last season of Nashville, but sweet because you guys were able to do this for two more seasons after you left ABC. So that's pretty cool.
It's very cool, actually. And it's funny, I keep coming upon that word bittersweet. And the reason is it's just a perfect term for it. It is bitter. It's going to be hard to say goodbye, not just to this character who I've just loved, taking this journey with, walking in this guy's boots, but also the castmates, the crewmates all around me. That's going to be hard watching their stories, just, not being with them every day the way we have been. The sweet part is that we have had all these seasons. I'm extremely grateful. I'm just filled with gratitude to get to do this for so long. And also that we get to bring it to a close in a way that's meaningful and emotional and intentional.
Yeah. Absolutely. I know. Listen, I've been watching this show since day one, and I'm part of the Nashies, that's for sure. And your fans are so devoted. I can't even imagine that when you walk out onto the street, like, what is life like for you, Charles Esten?
Well, first of all, it's more normal than you might imagine. There's something about Nashville that allows that. Having said that, we do have a fan base that is passionate, the depth of feeling for these characters. I think a lot of that has to do with the topics we touch on and the way the little human connections between us. People recognize
Yeah.
something that they have with their family members or things they've gone through. And then, of course, something that we have, the ace up our sleeve always, is this gorgeous music. There's
Right.
another part of the suite that I was thinking about is that a lot of shows, when they're done, they're done. If you want to go back and get in that world again, your only access is to binge watch and start over, and people do that, and I hope people do that with Nashville. We have that other
Yeah.
thing where on any day, at any moment, you can have our music in your headphones, in your home, in your heart. You can just dial it up and put yourself back in that place. For myself, I'll be out touring, playing my music all the time, and whenever I want, I get to put that guitar on and play one of those Deacon songs that moves me so much, and just for a moment, be back in that place and be back with that guy.
Yeah, yeah. And speaking of that, it's funny because I was just on holiday and on my playlist, I have a lot of the Nashville songs. One that always gets me and makes me cry, is Life That's Good. A Life That's Good. When you sing it with the girls, my God, I just talk about it and my eyes are starting to well up. Like, what is it about that
Well,
song?
you and I agree completely. If people ask me what to your mind is your favorite song or one of your favorite songs, that is always the one I go to. I don't know. I think it's just the essence of a great song. By the way, it was written by Ashley Monroe, incredible artist,
Yeah,
and Sarah Siskind, another incredible writer artist. And what they did was they distilled wisdom and those things. It's very much to me like the Laurie McKenna song Humble and Kind. You take it down to the
right.
bare minimum, but it doesn't sound cliched at all. It's a very deep truth, especially for our show, that all these people are on our show that are trying to find fame, trying to find fortune and money and glamour and glitz.
Yeah,
But in the
yeah.
end, they
It's
find
a
out there's only a
beautiful.
few things that matter and that you need to have a life that's good.
That is for sure. Your family and yeah, you
Yeah.
really don't need much more than that. That is for sure, my friend. Last year I got to speak to you just before season five kicked out, and we weren't so sure about what was going on with Connie Britton. There was all the rumors and everything, and then of course we saw what
Mhm.
happened. And yeah, how did her leaving the show impact you? Because yes, you move on and people move on and
Sure.
stuff, but that was a huge loss, huge
Well, yeah,
loss.
I mean, first of all, always first thing for me is an actual human interpersonal level. I loved acting with Connie Britton, and we had a great time together, and we had, you don't know if you're going to have chemistry, but it turns out we had a little bit. And not only that,
Yeah,
but we were just friends. So first of all, you're losing your friends, not going to be there every day. That's the most important thing. And secondarily, as a character Deacon, this is not just another person in his life. She is the gasoline that his engine ran on. So
yeah.
that was going to be terribly difficult. And all of that, I was right on board with it. And I was like, man, this is going to be hard. But that's when you go, and it might be interesting. It might be somewhere
Yeah,
else to go. I would prefer she's right here with us all the way to the end. But if this is going to happen as an
sure.
actor, you go, okay, now we've discussed addiction, we've dealt with cancer, we've dealt with all these things. Now we're going to deal with this guy losing the one that he thought he'd be with the rest of his life. People are going through that every single day, and it means something to us to explore it in a way that seems real and honest.
Absolutely. It really does touch. That's one thing I do love about this show because it does touch on such real issues. And as much as I do want to see Deacon happy, I don't know. I think you got to stay single, my friend. Really. I don't
Well,
know.
I think there's a lot of people that feel exactly the same way you do, that you can see the contingent out there like, Deacon deserves somebody. I mean, should I wander this world alone? What would Raina even want? All these issues. And there are characters on the show like Daphne that speak loud and clear for you. She's like, yeah, I want you to be happy, just not with her.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. Now, speaking of Daphne, speaking of those Lennon girls, I can't imagine. I mean, let's face it. You have great chemistry with everybody on that show. There's such a great cast, such great people. But to work with those two girls, who I might add are from Canada, I have to add that. They are so bloody talented. It's amazing. I think you're going to miss them the most, huh?
You're absolutely right. And also, I've seen their journey the most. I mean, most of the other people were adults when we met. These were little girls. They were little kids who by now have matured into these unbelievable young women, these actresses. We knew somehow what phenoms they were with music right from the very beginning. They were already viral on YouTube by the time I met them. My daughters knew about them before I did. And then I meet this Canadian magic that had come down to be on our show. What we didn't know is the actresses that they would be and become. And right now, the scenes we get to do, they blow me away every time. I am like, I'm not the real dad, but I'm the proud TV dad and the real friend that cannot wait to watch what they do in this world.
Yeah, it's fun. So I guess up next, after the whole show is done for you, I've been communicating with a lot of your fans on Facebook and stuff, and they want to know where you're going to tour and what's up next for you, Charles.
Well, you know what? I haven't really fully turned my eyes to that. It's been my motto, sort of internally, from the time the show started, that I wanted to leave everything in the show. I didn't want to leave anything on the table. I wanted to focus hard on being Deacon. I've done other things along the way. I put out a whole lot of singles last year. So right now, it's real important to me to eyes on what we're doing here and go all the way through that finish line so that when I'm done, I can look back and go, I did everything I could, just like the song says in our show.
Yeah, and I hope we'll see you here back in Canada. I would love that.
Let me say that's one thing for sure, is that I am going to go out and tour my music. I've already had the real joy of touring across Canada with the Whose Line Is It Anyway guys. We went straight across a couple times. I want to go to all those venues and play my music, the songs from Nashville, my own personal songs, and just thank the Canadian fan base up there who has been unbelievable with this show and has been right there every step of the way. We're grateful.
Yeah, we love you here, so please come and visit. I want to talk to you in person. I don't like these photos all the time, my friend.
Let's do it. If I'm up there, we'll make it happen.
But okay, I'm going to hold you to it. I know a lot of people waiting to talk to you, but congratulations on everything. Always such a pleasure. You just do such a great job with everything that you do. And I'm going to hold you to it. I'm going to see you in 2018 in person. It's my mission.